friends, it's Shay and welcome back to Shay's Kitchen. I'm excited to share with you all another quick and easy meal today. I am doing fajitas and this is my very first time using flank steak. Now I've seen it prepared on TV in other restaurants, all that jazz, but I have just never ever bought it and actually cooked it for my family. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little intimidated and a little scared because I was afraid I was gonna mess it up and I was gonna waste it. And everybody was gonna be at the table looking at me like, I don't like this. But I am happy to say it was a major hit, and this is definitely the cut of meat that I will be buying from now on. I have several other ideas to use this in the future other than just for fajitas. But I don't want to chatter too much, but I do want to quickly introduce myself for those that may have never seen me here before at Shay's Kitchen. My name is Shay and I'm a working mom and I love to cook. So I like to share quick and easy meal ideas for other working women like myself, because I know how stressful it can be to have to work a long day and then have to come home and cook a full meal, especially if you have not planned it out. So here, my goal is to give you meal ideas and also inspire you to cook at home in your kitchen for your family. If you have not done so already, I would love for you to become a part of my community here. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time I upload a video. And for those of you that tune in on the regular, thank you and welcome back. I have two huge skirt steaks here. That is because I am having to feed 7 people in my household. So you definitely only need one, and you can still use this sauce and use as much as you need it, and then just bag it up or put it in a little glass container and use it the next time. So you can definitely modify this if you do not need this much meat. So I have already taken my meat out. I have washed it. I have patted it dry. I do recommend that you completely pat this dry. That will help the seasoning stick to it. And yes, pat it dry, and then we can go ahead and move on to the seasonings. Go ahead and combine your seasonings. You are going to use some paprika. You're gonna use chili powder. You're gonna use garlic powder. You're gonna use onion powder. Also some cumin, as well as some black pepper. So those are all the seasonings that you will need, and you're just going to make sure that it is stirred up really well. Is that a word? Stirred up? I don't know. Combine it, mix it up. You know what I'm talking about. Make sure it's done very well. Now, you want to go ahead and go over to your skirt steak, and you want to go ahead and, do the thing. Add as much seasoning as you need. I like to make sure that I can see seasoning all over it, because my skirt steaks are, I keep saying skirt steaks, and I threw away the packaging, and now that I'm saying it, I can't remember if it was skirt steaks or flank steak. I think it was flank steak. I will confirm, guys, and leave that down below, but I will confirm it so that you all won't be confused when you have to go out and buy the ingredients. But basically, you want to cover this thing, cover it all with seasoning, and then pat it down, pat it down, pat it down, pat it down, and then flip it over on the other side and do the same thing, guys. Now, I do marinate this. I marinate it overnight, so you will have to do a little prep work, but it does not take long at all. So season both sides, drizzle it with just a little olive oil on both sides, put it in a Ziploc bag, close the thing up, put it in a bowl, put it in a refrigerator, and let it marinate overnight and through the next day until you come home. Now, when you get home, you want to pull it out of the refrigerator and let it sit until it gets room temperature. You do not want to cook cold steak on a hot griddle. It just is not going to cook evenly. You're going to end up burning the outside, and the middle part is just not going to be good. So just take my advice. Just don't do it. Let it rest. Take it out as soon as you get home. Go get comfortable. You're going to have to take off your shirt, take off your bra and all that anyway. So just go ahead and do that. And by the time you get back, it will be ready to go. So I have a cast iron griddle here that I have heated on medium-high heat. You want to make sure this thing is piping hot before you add your steak. So let it take as much time as it needs in order to get really, really, really hot. So now you want to go ahead and cook your, put your flank steak down on the griddle and let it cook. Now here's the thing. I don't like my meat pink on the inside. Well, I don't mind it being pink, but I don't like it red on the inside. But it's really hard to cook a flank steak without it being red on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you my trick at the end, so pay attention. So we're gonna cook this flank steak for about 4 minutes on both sides, okay? 4 minutes on both sides. If you're feeling a little risky, you can go up to 5. I ain't gonna tell. And it's still not gonna be done in the middle, and that's completely fine. So after you've cooked it on one side, flip it to the other, cook it 4 minutes, then take it off and let it rest again. It needs to rest for probably about 10 minutes. Then after those 10 minutes, you're gonna come in and you are going to cut the steak against the grain. Now, I used to be a little confused about cutting against the grain and what that meant, so I'm gonna go ahead and teach you really, really quick. So when you look at your steak, you will notice that this skirt steak or flank steak, whichever one it is, you can see the grains. It will be going in a line. Whatever way that line is going, you want to cut perpendicular to that line. So not parallel, but perpendicular. So if the grains are going this way, your cut needs to go this way. That's what I mean by perpendicular. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna cut it perpendicular, and you want to get, I would say, about a quarter of an inch slices. So you wanna cut it really, really thin. What this does, guys, it helps the steak to be as tender as possible because this is a tougher piece of meat, okay? It's tougher, especially if it cooks to well done. So if you cut it against the grain and you cut it thin, you basically tenderize the meat in the process because each bite that you take, it's not gonna be thick enough for it to be chewy. So that's just a little side note and a tip. So you just wanna cut that against the grain until the whole piece of steak has been cut. You will notice it is still very pink on the inside, and we're about to get rid of that. So what you're gonna do is take that to another skillet, like a cast iron skillet. And I'm using the cast iron skillet that I use to cook my vegetables in for my fajitas. So my peppers and my onions that I've seasoned up really well, I've just cooked those ahead of time, actually at the same time that I'm cooking this fajita steak. And I've just taken them out of the skillet and I've added just a tad bit more oil just to make sure it covers so there's no sticking going on. And I'm going to take each piece of those thinly cut pieces of meat and hit them really quick, probably about 2 minutes total. 1 minute on one side, 1 minute on the other side, and that's gonna just quickly cook it through so that all of the pink or the majority of the pink is gone. And now you can serve this up to your family. Now, if you can eat it raw or pink like that, go ahead. No judgment here, but I know if I put it on my table like that, they're gonna be saying, Mama, this cow is still moving. This cow is still moving and I'm not eating that. So go ahead and serve it up. I served it up with some black beans as well as my fajita onions and peppers, but you could definitely use tortillas. You can do that yellow rice. I have a full recipe for that, and I'll go ahead and link that video down below as well. You can literally serve it with corn on the cob, anything. Just be creative, guys. Most of all, just don't be afraid to try it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you try it out, definitely come back and let me know how it tastes. Go ahead and leave that comment down below. If you like the video, go ahead and like the like button and also share the video for someone that may need a little bit of inspiration or meal ideas. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you will be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And while you're at it, don't forget, go ahead and follow me over on my Instagram. You can find me there at Shay's Country Kitchen. And I'm also, guys, look me up on Facebook. I've been kind of absent on Facebook, but I do have a Facebook page called Shay's Country Kitchen as well. Look me up there and go ahead and become a part of that page as well. So that's going to be all for today's videos. Again, I hope you liked it. Please give me some feedback if you have ideas. Let me know what you guys want me to cook. And that's going to be it. Until the next time, I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.